Check, check, check. Sweetie? What's up, guys? I've got my cat here, and we're live now on YouTube to open up a CGC comic box. Box of 25 comics from CGC, and my cat is just like sitting in my lap right on cue. Thank you, Lucy. So thanks for joining me either live or on the replay. Let's see who's in the chat. Anybody here? We've got maybe one person here so far. Let's just let's give it a moment. See if anybody wants to join for the live show. My name is Matty. I have a Instagram comic site called Comic Sales. I do auctions usually every Thursday. And I also press and submit comic books to CGC. And this is a 25 book submission that I've been waiting on for like 2.5 months. They're pretty behind at CGC. They're kind of backed up. I'm gonna play some music. They're kind of backed up at CGC, so I've been waiting what seems like forever for these. Now, the weird thing about this box, you guys, is that I am not sure if this is a pre-screen submission or not. I'm just not sure because I thought it's 25 books, and usually when I have 25 modern books, I'm going for a 9.8 pre-screen. But I did cheat and I looked at the invoice for these, and it seems that I might have a couple of 9.6's on my hands. And if you have a pre-screen submission, you're not supposed to have anything underneath the criteria for your pre-screen. So we'll see what that means. Maybe I forgot to click pre-screen. Maybe CGC messed up. But either way, my success rate with this batch is high enough that I don't mind having a couple of 9.6's. I see Jay Nene here in the room. What's up, Jay? Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining me over here. I know the trek can be far from Instagram to YouTube, so thanks for coming all the way over here. I appreciate it. So we're cracking it open, guys. We're going to get into this, see what we got. Now, the real question is, do I have any raw books? And the answer is no. There are no raw books in here. Now, normally with the pre-screen, I would be psyched about that because I'd be like, yes, that means that I'm 25 for 25 with my 9.8's. But in this case, I think either myself or CGC messed up and did not count this as a pre-screen submission. So I'll be having words with them. We'll see. I wasn't able to find my original receipt to see if I had checked pre-screen, but I don't see it here on this invoice. So that means we get to see what the grades are. So let's do it, guys. 25 books, 25 moderns. Here they come. All right, I guess I'll do the whole unveiling thing, you know, because you guys don't know whether they're 9.6 or 9.8. So here is a Naomi #1. Naomi #1, first print, 9.8. Oh yeah. Now at the end of this video, this is going to be a combination of PC slabs and auction slabs, Jay. So many, if not most of them, will be available for sale at one of my auction nights. I might even do an additional auction night or maybe something during the day tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. I'm trying to catch up on my workflow for the last couple of weeks. So once I catch up, I'm going to offer these slabs as kind of like add-on possibilities. Not all of them, but many of them. So just keep that in mind. All right, that was a Naomi #1. So far, so good. 9.8. What's up, Jibbathy? How's it going, my man? So we got a Naomi #1 first print. Oh, yeah. Next, we got a Department of Truth #2, 1 in 25. This is like one of my favorite books from the last year. I think I'm gonna keep this one at least for a while because I bought and sold a few copies of this, and you know, I think I sold the last 9.8 I had in this, which I also submitted. I sold it like the day before announcement, and I was like, shit. So basically, I had one raw copy left. I sold this for about the same price I was able to get for the raw copy after announcement. So needless to say, this is worth a pretty penny now. I think it's like a $500 slab or something like that. But just a very controversial cover, very collectible, great artwork, fun slab, fun for the whole family. What's up? Okay, so we got all right, next up we have, all right, so there are a couple of 9.6's in here, guys, because I failed to do the pre-screen, or CGC failed to pre-screen for me. This is the Venom 27 Scon variant, and this one that's one of the 9.6's. There you go. 9.6 white. I'll have to look that over, but yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting 25 or 25. That's why I pre-screened them. But there you go. That's one of the 9.6's. And I'll only keep you in suspense about the grades until I find enough 9.6's. Here is a Momoko Spidey 46, Virgin Momoko Spidey. That's a 9.8. Very nice. Here is a Strange Academy #1, 5th printing. 5th print in a 9.8. I hate it when they off-center the 9.8 like that. Don't you? I mean, come on, guys. You're a fucking grading company. Put it in the middle of the box. Is that too much to ask? Am I right? I mean, am I being picky or what? All right, here we have Champions Outlawed #1 Momoko. This was a 1 in 50, I believe, for the Champions in a 9.8. Very nice, very nice. Now, after I go through all these guys, if you want to watch, I mean, only a couple of you here live, which I appreciate, but if you want to watch on the replay, I will be going through some of the data for the FMVs for these because I actually already looked them up. And I thought it was interesting to think about. Made a spreadsheet that shows how much I spent on these books, what they would have been worth raw, and what they are now worth in their slabbed form. So that, if you're interested in that, stay tuned for that. This is a Turtles 95 2nd print, underrated book, and that is a 9.8. I owe one of these to my buddy. You know who you are. I sort of pre-sold one to him as a trade kind of situation because I have. Oh, whoops, that's not it. I was expecting the other one. This is the Joe Jusko 9.8. What if the Punisher? What if Peter Parker became the Punisher? That's the Jusko variant in a 9.8. I did press all these books too, which is very satisfying to reap the benefits of your own work. One of the joys of pressing. Jay says, now I'm a noob when it comes to slabs, but I heard when a grader gives a 9.6, it's just because they didn't get lucky the night before. Well, that is a commonly used joke. I think it's not literally the case, but there is definitely a lot of subjectivity between a 9.6 and a 9.8. I've seen some terrible 9.8s and I've seen some great 9.6s. I do think that with some 9.6s, you could probably send them right back in and get a different result with a different grader. Others, you know, I just bought a 9.6 X-Men 4 newsstand from, I believe it was Chevy's Comics. Maybe that was, I think it was Chevy's. on Instagram, and I looked it over. I was kind of thinking to myself, like, could I possibly crack this out and get a 9.8 with it? And I came to the conclusion, no, this is a solid 9.6. Like, I didn't, different books you feel different ways about. Like that one, when you look it over, there's like a pretty severe spine tick on the back cover. The fact that it was on the back cover probably kept it a 9.6 and not a 9.4. But I felt like there wasn't going to be much upside to cracking that one out and resubmitting it. But you never know. It's obviously, there's always human error, and what the grader was able to accomplish the night before. Here is a Momoko Venom 27 version. That is a 9.8. Next up we have here's the other turtles, 9.8. I'll set that aside for my friend. Next up we have, okay, here's a couple Ms. Marvel books. This is Ms. Marvel number 12. First appearance of the Red Dagger. They're not putting the first appearances on here yet because the characters are apparently not significant enough for CGC, but it is a 9.8. It will be significant when the TV show comes out. Oh, yeah. All right, 3 people in the room now. That's what's up, guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. All right, this is the Deodato variant of that same book. And this is the 1 in 25, I believe, in a 9.8. Deodato variant. Very nice. Here I have a Homesick Pilots. I just thought this was a cool foil cover. And I thought, it's an easy 9.8. Don't know what's going to happen with the series if it starts heating up. It hasn't really heated up, I would say, but I have heard good things about the series. And I just thought it would look cool in a slab. So I got it slabbed. That's the one per store turquoise foil edition. See my slabs racking up here? All right, here is a good one, Silk number 1. First solo series for Silk. And it's a 9.8. First print. All right, after the next one, I'll move the stack somewhere else. It doesn't completely eclipse me. Here we have a Champions Outlaw number 1. This is the second print, which is just a beautiful Kamala Khan cover. It's from the interior art, but it's got that kind of glitchy TV sort of TV static around it, which I love. I know, by the way, that the lighting and the video quality on this YouTube stream is not great, so I apologize for that. I'm gonna improve those in the future. This one is a 9.8. All right, let's move this stack and make a space for it over here. If you don't keep these in the sleeves, you got to be very careful not to scuff the cases. So I'm always aware of that possibility of, you don't want to immediately depreciate the value of your slabs. All right, we're about halfway through, guys. We got another like 12 or so to go. There's some good stuff in here. Here is Something That's Killing the Children, the foil edition. Decided to get just one of these slabs. Pretty easy 9.8. This kind of foil paper is pretty hard to damage. So we got a 9.8 there. I think I've got one more 9.6 in this whole batch. Everything else is going to be 9.8. Okay, we got a big one. I did sell one of these last night, partly in anticipation of getting this one back. Very happy to get a 9.8 in the Venom 3 first appearance of Null. First full appearance of Null, Spider-Man Miles Morales appearance. All right. Next up, we have Foils Rule. All right, we have a static number 1. I did buy this poly bag, lucked out with a good copy, pressed it, and got a 9.8 white pages. Collector's edition of static number 1. Just got a new announcement from of static on Key Collector today. The new writer attached to the project, so that's exciting. Let's see what happens to the value of these. And copy number 2 of static 9.8. Beautiful. Awesome, awesome. I think right now the value of those slabs are sitting at like 350, and I can see that being much higher. If you think about, like, not to compare, not to say that he's going to be anywhere near as popular as Miles Morales, but just thinking about Miles Morales 9.8 being like, you know, $3,000 and this one being 1/10 of that, I think that once people become aware of this character, it's definitely going to make some moves. Here is a Wolverine Black, White, and Blood. It's a error edition. There are some misprinted pages in here. Manufactured with 2 pages, replaced from Web of Venom Empire's End number 1. So it's always cool when you get an error book to have it kind of like graded and like validated by a grading company, because it, you know, just sort of makes it, it sort of validates it as a unique collectible. So here it is in a 9.8, the Wolverine. This is the Daniel variant cover error edition. Pretty cool. Next up we have, ooh, this one's cool. I picked this up pretty cheap on eBay, guys. Sometimes you luck out with a good copy. Whenever there's sort of an older book, older modern book, that's a tough black cover like this, I always look at what the 9.8s go for, because I think to myself, this is not going to be such an easy 9.8. So if it's anything like a good candidate, I will consider submitting it. And this is just a dope Venom cover. Venom number 9 from 2012. And you know what's funny? When I looked at my list, it's a 9.8. I thought that this one was the current series Venom 9, the first appearance of Dylan. I wonder what the value of this one is, because I did pre-look up. I did, you know, pre-select the value of the Dylan issue. So I wonder how this stacks up. The Dylan issue is going for like 200, 225. I wonder what this goes for. I bet a little bit less, maybe 150 or something. It is a sweet cover. I don't think it's a key. I just think it's a sweet Venom cover. Nice to have in the 9.8. Okay, this one, guys, is one of my favorite Usagi covers to come out in recent memory. I went crazy for this when it came out. I scooped up as many copies as I could. And when I was pressing these and cleaning them, I noticed that they had some production issues with the ink on the paper. Just weird. IDW has weird ink, weird paper. Something's weird about some IDW books. This one just seemed to have kind of some splotchiness with the ink, so I was sort of iffy about whether I would get a 9.8 with these. I submitted 2, so let's see. Got a 9.8 there, 9.8 white. Sweet. So I'll definitely be keeping one in the PC. And I think here's another copy right here. Yeah, here's the other one. And I think, yeah, we got a 9.6 on one of them. So 1 out of 2 ain't bad. And that is the only other 9.6 of this batch, guys. Spoiler alert, there's only 2 more slabs to come. And we achieved a 23 for 25 9.8 record. So I did once get a 24 out of 25. So this is not my personal best, but it's pretty close. So I cannot be disappointed in that. The only thing I wish is that I got this back raw. and the other 9.6 back raw instead of in a slab because I would have saved 20 bucks. And I don't know. I would rather have them raw than in a 9.6. That's just me, because I'm a snob. I'm a 9.8 snob, at least as far as PC and the value you can, the resale value you can get from and stuff. Here's a Kanto 2 Hollow Men #1. I guess I don't need to hide the grade anymore. This one is also another error edition, guys. So it's a Momoko variant error edition. It says pages number 10, pages 8, 10, and 12 printed twice. Affect story. With an error, it's kind of like the more of an error it is, the better, I guess. It's kind of like undeniably misprinted and therefore more, usually more scarce and coveted. In this case, I think they've messed up with a lot of the runs. So I think most, if not all, of the store exclusives and ratio incentives for this particular title did have this error, and they ended up having to reprint that same amount to sort of replace the copies out there, which sucks because it kind of dilutes the value of both the error edition and the regular edition. So that's a shame. Here is the last slab, guys, and then we're going to go through the numbers of what they are currently worth and how much I invested in them. Here is a Gotham Academy #1. I picked this out of a LCS, long box. It was in a period of time when there was some spec on this book, and I'm not sure what the spec is, to be honest. I found it and I looked it up, grabbed it. It looked like a 9.8 candidate, and sure enough, it's a 9.8. So if there's ever any key value at all, it's always worth submitting if you think it might be a 9.8. And this one is indeed Gotham Academy #1 and a 9.8. So guys, we did pretty good. Let me pull up my data here. Let me make sure it's safe to show you. I don't want to share anything I don't want to share my, whatever. Insert your lewd joke here. Okay, so here I have this this pre-screen spreadsheet. I'm going to share this tab out of my million tabs that I have open. Whoever sees my computer gets totally stressed out that I have this many tabs open. Yes, I have this many tabs. But just give me a second, guys. I'm going to pull it up. Okay, here we are. Thank you, Jay. Thanks for watching, guys. Everybody watching live. I've got 6 people in the room now. Thanks, guys. I'm going to show you the books in spreadsheet form here. Share screen. I'm going to share a tab. Okay, let's try this. Okay, guys, can you see it now? We're sharing. Yeah, it looks good to me. Let me know if you guys can see it well. So I'm going to take you through this. And let me know if this is interesting to you, if it's helpful. Let me know in the comments below if you're watching on the replay. If you enjoyed this video, and like and subscribe. It will help out a lot with the channel. I appreciate it, guys. All right, so here is the info. Let's check it out. So here I have Turtles 95 second print, right? So this is the, well, let's go. Well, we sort of unveiled these in reverse order, but anyway, I guess there's no particular order. So I'm estimating here, guys, what I paid for each of these books, including the grading cost. Okay, I'm doing an average of about $20, or maybe I said $25 per book. Yeah, $25. I'm averaging as the grading fee for each of these, and that's about $18 per book plus what it costs to ship there, what it costs to ship back, insure it all, $5 handling fee from CGC. At any rate, to grade all of these, it costs $517 before shipping, etc. So between 25 books, that's going to come out to about $20 to $25. So just conservatively, I'm saying that the grading is about $25 each. These Turtles 95, I paid about $10 each for. I bought them in bulk. Maybe they were $8 each, actually, from Midtown Comics. They still had a surplus at Midtown, so I scarfed up a few. I picked my best out. I submitted a couple. Anyway, so the total cost for each of these was $35, and the FMV as of today, or as of yesterday, $325, is $100 each. So these are all sort of rounding to the nearest $5. You know, these are all kind of not scientific, but you know, they're pretty close. Let me just move this over. Okay, so you can see next to each other. So 35 to 100 is the difference in value there. By submitting this book, I essentially made myself $65 in profit for each book. Okay. So going on here, What If Joe Dusko, the What If Punisher book, the Dusko variant. I paid about $50 for it, 25 to grade. It's worth about $150. Doubled my money there. Ms. Marvel 12, cover A, about a $10 book, spent 25 to grade. It's worth about $125. Ms. Marvel 12, the retailer incentive Deodato cover is about $10 more, 45 in there, $200 in estimated value now. Wolverine Error book, I had in about $45. That should get me about $115. The Venom 9, now I'm not sure about this one. I'm not sure. This was when I was assuming it was the Dylan Brock cover, and I don't know if that's the case. So let's skip that one for now. The Usagi 15 retailer incentive in 45 on that. That can get me about $250. Apparently, that's great. I actually think there are very few. Oh, I have these question marks over here, meaning there's not a lot of data for these. I'm going to switch the song because it's very noisy. Let's change that one too. Change that one too. I want to go back to what I was listening to before. Just give me a second, guys. Okay, I'm into this song. Okay, so the question marks are sort of like books that don't have a lot of sales data yet, that I'm kind of estimating based on what people are asking for on eBay. It's just basically my best educated guess for what I might be able to get for it. Okay, so $250 for the Usagi. The Kanto Error, I was in about 55 on that, including grading. Maybe I could get $250 for that. If you're hoping to buy any of these slabs, this is apparently what I'm hoping to get for them. And I mean, if you're watching live and you see what I'm valuing them at, and you want any of these slabs, I guess you know what to offer me. Let's put it that way. You could get a jump on it by offering me essentially the price that I am quoting it at now. But you know, that's up to you. The Gotham Academy, I'm in about 35. That was a cheap $10 book, $10 grab in the LCS, and that should be a $140 9.8. Homesick Pilots, I was in maybe 45. That one maybe is only worth 75. Silk One, $45. That should get me 125. Champions 1 second print, 35. Should be able to pull 80 for that. Something is Killing the Children 1 local comic shop day foil edition. Now that's a cheap book. Maybe only I paid cover for that, so I'm saying 5 on that. 25 grading, 30. Triple value to 90. The Venom I probably bought a little high. I bought it like as a $200 raw. Probably anticipating that Null was going to continue to increase. And it's sort of been level through King and Black. I feel like Null kind of ebbs and flows around the 300 mark. But I sold the one last night for $295. So all the same, I think that, you know, it's still a great slab to have in a 9.8, and I don't regret the purchase at all. It's just not one of the better return on investments, you could say, for the price. Static number 1. These were copies that I got polybagged for about 75 each. And when you get a polybag book, it's always going to be a gamble. You know, it's a gamble as to what the book looks like inside the polybag. But, you know, given my success rate with these static ones, I think I might have to buy more copy from my LCS because I know he has a boatload, and that's where I got him. So it means he's got a good stash. It means that his stash has just been sitting, you know, all together in a long box all these years, and, you know, hasn't been crushed or toppled. Hopefully we can get some more good luck there. So both of these copies, $90 in on each of these, and $325 should be about the going rate for those now. Venom 27, the Momoko, $55 in on that, only 70 back. That's not really a surprise because Venom 27 has cooled down a lot as a key. Momoko arguably has cooled down a bit as a key as well, or as an artist as well. Strange Academy 1 5th print. You know, no huge gain here, but it was just a cheap book, and also over time, I think that those later printings are going to rise in value as well. Only $60 probably on that slab as of right now. Still double the money. ASM 46 Momoko, another not great return on investment. $60 in on that, roughly 70 back maybe. The Department of Truth, I think I got this copy for probably about $50, or what was I saying? 60 probably all in with shipping and tax. So 85 there, and that is looking like a $450 slab now. Not too shabby there. The Naomi 1, 65 in estimated there. Probably got it for $40 when Naomi was not all the rage. $200 slab now. So this is, so given there's a couple of numbers in there that are a little iffy or whatever, and I'm not taking into account the 2.9.6's that I got, which I did not value because I wasn't sure yet if those were going to come back raw or what. So check it out. Let me see, how did I do this? So when I go over what I paid, what I did here was I went back through these numbers and I subtracted the grading fees. So I said to myself, how much did I pay for these books raw? And the total there, I'm just going to loop this song because it's kind of chill and instrumental. Oh, I can't loop it. Oh, well. How much did I pay for these raw before grading? Well, the total there was about $800 for all 23 of these books. Okay. Now, how much were they worth? Well, what I did was I took my estimates. When you do a CGC submission, you can tally the amount that you're insuring it for. Essentially, you're giving them an estimated value of what your books are worth. And when I quoted them my estimated value, it came out to about $1,150. So that tells me I was in about $800 on these books. If I kept them raw, they'd be worth about $1,150. Now that would be if I sold all of them raw, that would be a 43% gain, which is not terrible. It means I bought some good books pretty cheap and they maybe appreciated in value a little bit over time. But that is nothing compared to the gain here. 300% is the estimate for my return on investment having slabbed these 9.8. Now, a couple things about this. And I wasn't necessarily planning to break this all down in this video. I was going to make a video about it in the future, but I just thought to myself, we're talking about the books now. Let's just kill two birds with one stone. I'd already done this math and whatnot. So let's think about it. How did I reach this number? My total value here. Oh, here we go. Here are the numbers down here. So here's the total amount in with grading, $1,300. $1,300 with grading is the amount I have paid. Here you see it over here as well. 800 raw, about 500 grading, roughly 1,300 in on this lot of books. And the value over here with current FMV for these 9.8 books is $3,840. That is close to triple my investment. So rather than keeping them raw and getting a 43% yield, I am grading them and getting I don't know actually how percentages work. Is it 200% or 300? I don't know. Anyway, 3x yield, right? I always get confused with the percentages. 3x yield. So anyway, does that make sense to you all? Was that helpful? Let me know if that was interesting or helpful to anybody. I'm gonna stop my screen share now. Do I have anyone still here? 3 people still watching. All right. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed on the replay as well. But ask any questions for me about how I went through that process if you want in the comment section. I'm happy to I'll be happy to talk through it again with people. But I guess, you know, this is not to say, guys, like, wow, if you slab your books, you're always going to get triple your money, because there are some X factors. I press my own books, and so I'm saving money there. I'm also able to sort of pre-screen my own books, which is to say that I will not send it out if I don't think it has a really strong chance. So I'm my own pre-screener, right? So that's just to say, like, at this point, I buy and sell a lot of comics, and I have a good amount of experience with this. I have a pretty good track record going now of like being able to identify 9.8 candidates and sending them in when I'm pretty sure. So I feel good about my process here, and I feel great knowing that when I go through my process, I'm able to triple my investment, essentially. But experiences may vary, results may vary, mileage may vary. So just, you know, don't take it as gospel, and also keep in mind that, you know, how you pick your books. I have another video coming. I believe I've already recorded it and haven't had time to publish it, but stay tuned for another video. Hit the subscribe and the notification bell to watch my video about how to choose which books to submit. Long and the short of it is, you know, it's got to be a key, super hot cover, scarce book, solid 9.8 candidate, virgin cover, store exclusive, any or all, usually one or more of these things. Okay, you want to make sure it hits some of those criteria. And finally, you know, is it selling for a decent amount as a 9.8? You know, if it doesn't fetch anything more than your grading cost, it might not be worth grading, obviously. So let me know, guys, what you thought of the video. How did I do on my CGC books? I'm not going to run back through them because you guys can just go back to the beginning of the video and watch what they were. But thanks a lot for watching, everybody. Keep your eye out for a future sale on my Instagram page. Perhaps tomorrow, I'm thinking, during the day, I might do a little Saturday lazy slab sale. So you might be able to get any of these books for either the number that you saw in my spreadsheet or less. It's not going to be more. It's not going to be more than those numbers. So just keep that in mind. Once again, not all of these slabs will be available. I'm going to keep a couple, but many of them will. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.